So for our last topic today, I want to talk about Ken Holland and Keith Gretzky. Ken Holland has 2 years remaining on his contract at $5 million per season, the highest paid general manager in the league. Very deserving. What I think the Oilers should do, what I would do at this point, instead of bringing in a whole brand new general manager, which I don't think Daryl Cates is going to want to do because he's got to pay Ken Holland $5 million a year, whether he's here or not. Why not give Keith Gretzky an opportunity this summer and promote him to the position of general manager? You can keep Ken Holland as president of hockey ops for the next 2 years, but let's see what you have in Keith Gretzky. If things aren't going well with Keith Gretzky, fire him, bring in a new guy. But I think Keith Gretzky, with the job he's done with the Bakersfield Condors, he deserves some of that credit along with Jay Woodcroft. Why don't we see, the Oilers already have this guy on the payroll, why don't we see what we have with him? What do you think, Mike?
You know, I think that's a great point that you brought up because, you know, regardless of what his last name is, Keith Gretzky really has made him a little bit of a name for himself. And like kind of going through the narrative of what we've been talking about in the last little while is that maybe, we've got this unbelievable short window with Connor and Draisaitl and guys like that. It's like, why not try a little bit of a youth movement? Like Woodcroft is not young by any means. Like, man, he's the same age as me, 45, right? But at the same time, he's not, ancient. We've loved what Woodcroft's brought to the team. Why not see what Keith's vision would be as far as going forward with the team and what he thinks would be a great thing. He's got the tutelage of having, the veteran presence with having Holland still there, chirping in his ear. But if he is given the reins to make some of these calls, and like you said, he's done a great job in Bakersfield, he's going to have a little bit more of an interesting time to try and find that proper coach, because I don't think the guy down there right now is the guy that they're looking at, but maybe he'll change my mind. We don't get to see enough Bakersfield Condors games to really know about that. But as far as what Woodcroft's brought to the team now and what Keith Gretzky could bring, like you said, you try it out. Is it something that you want to do? Like you said, they're both on the payroll. It's not a totally different, because you go and you hire a new general manager, and what do most of them like to do? Clean house and do what they like to do because it's their way or the highway, right? I get it. But I think if you keep promoting from, do what Holland keeps saying, why should our coaching staff and our upper management staff not be like the players on the ice where, guys down in Bakersfield, they're doing a great job. Why would you not promote from within and see what you got? You've put them in these positions to generate success. Why would you not see what kind of success they could generate for the big club? And you know what? I think Keith Gretzky would be that guy that could come in and fill a role. Like you said, it's not going to cost you any more money. He's already on the payroll, and just having that second set of eyes and maybe to take a little bit of the blinders off of Ken Holland. What I like about Holland is the fact that as much as all of us want him to expel these draft picks and such to go after all these, different names, the Chykrins and the Ben Sherratts and all these guys that are out there. And I understand and I get it. As a fan, I'd love to have these guys on there too. But I look back to or listen back to what Jason Strudwick, who, as far as the Gregor show, it should be the Jason Strudwick show, because I just like his intuitiveness a lot more than Gregor, but that's my personal opinion. But what Struddy says is the fact that you can't just eviscerate your draft potential and your draft picks every year trying to get your big club better. At some point, you have to still funnel the farm team or funnel the small team to be able to make the big team better. Because if you're always expelling your draft picks, trying to make this team that team that's going to go, you're just going to turn into the Leafs. And we know how much success they've had in the last, since 1968 or when they won the Stanley Cup last, right? It's just
black and white television.
Exactly. It's just not a recipe for success. And all of us want success. All of us want to see our team make it into the playoffs and not get ousted in the first round by, a has-been Chicago Blackhawks team that, exposed us for what we were. Or a Winnipeg Jets team that basically just got out coached because, Dave Tippett again riding the guys, not playing the full team to its potential. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I really like, from this standpoint, in the last 6 games and having Woodcroft and just feeling the difference that the team is on the ice, off the ice, in the pressers. More people getting availability to speak. You look at that game a couple of games ago, and the top 3 stars were bottom 6 forwards. When was that ever? When did that ever happen? I'm still waiting for Niemelainen to cross over 10 hits in a game and maybe get a goal and an assist, or have a Gordie Howe hat trick or something like that, and see him as a star, because he's young, he's strong. He's like, we haven't had a guy like that for a long time. We had that big guy that played with us, quite a few years ago, that unfortunately broke his orbital bone, and then, he couldn't go anymore. We got him from the Kings. Like, his name is escaping me right now. Tibert, maybe? Justin Tubert?
Colton Tubert.
Colton Tubert, right?
Tubert, yeah. Again,
he was just like that big prairies farm kid, willing to fight, willing to throw at hits. Unfortunately, we didn't know his, jaw was made of glass. It is what it is. But that tenacity and the way that Woodcroft is devising the lineup on this team, I think it's looking really great. And if you could bring that youthful movement in with a Keith Gretzky, and he's got that, heart of the club and the heart of understanding of where this club is going, especially with that short window that we still have of opportunity, of still having Connor, because if there is no success, we all can't be, shouted with rose-colored glass in the fact that if there's no success here in the next 3 to 4 years and no huge upswing as far as our team is concerned, we will be seeing Connor McDavid in Maple Leafs jersey, and it's just an unfortunate reality.
Well, I hope not the Maple Leafs jersey, but
well,
yeah, I know what you mean, though. He's probably going to be gone. So, yeah, I know Ken Holland is not a popular guy right now. A lot of us want him fired, but I don't think they're going to do that, especially if the Oilers can find a way to sneak into the playoffs.
Right.
I think the more thing that Daryl Cates will like for his wallet, definitely, is to promote Keith Gretzky to general manager, keep Ken Holland as president of hockey ops. He still continues to oversee the team, because the Oilers should see what they have in Keith Gretzky right now before going out and hiring another general manager. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. Mike, any other final thoughts?
You know what? Because what do we want? Do we want another Chiarelli here to blow up the team and get rid of all the pieces that have worked so hard to be around? That's the problem that we have looking forward, is that if you, like I said before, you bring in another general manager, you bring up maybe another veteran-style general manager in, or you go look around the league and or in the minors or whatever, and you see that next up-and-comer, why can't Keith Gretzky be that guy? He's not going to blow up the team. He's got time invested in all these players already, especially from the youth, right? But he also knows guys that he could probably utilize his chips moving forward, and probably has an understanding about what he wants to bring down for the smaller
and Jay
club.
Woodcroft would be his guy.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's going to be my last thought, is that I don't see, and I think it's a disservice to the team and a disservice to the organization as a whole if before the end of the season, right, regardless of what's going on, I think this last little chunk, if Holland doesn't go and shore up and take that interim name away from Manson and from Woodcroft and make them sign them to that contract, give them 3 years, man. I think that I don't have any reservation with his coach. We don't need a Babcock kind of coach. We need this guy that's going to go and understand the team, that is utilizing the team in such a great way. Hey, they had a guffaw against the Minnesota. I get it. I hated it too. But it was the whole team that really laid an egg, right?
And that happens. It happens.
Right? Yeah. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Mike Smith saved 1 or 2 of those goals and maybe keep the guys in it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Mikko Koskinen coming in after having a hell of a game. But you have to also remember, we did 2 back-to-backs last week. And again, not saying excuses, but it was a hard-fought game against Winnipeg. And you know what? I'm glad we beat them and beat them up. If we lost to Minnesota, I get it, but we're not going to win every game.
No, we're not.